What's going on, YouTube? It's Jesse coming back to you with another video, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to write copy for email marketing for your clients if you're trying to run a copywriting agency. With the information you'll learn in this video, you can go and start your own email copywriting agency and make six figures a year. If you haven't joined the Coaching Superiority Facebook group yet, you're definitely going to want to go enter and join the conversation with people that live and breathe all things coaching and course selling, email copywriting, and inbound closing. Join forces of people that have already quit their jobs and are living the freedom lifestyle so that you can also live that life. As well as every week on Thursday, I go live in that group so you can get all of your questions answered by me on a Facebook Live. And also, if you're looking for one-on-one support by me in your business to get it off the ground to $10,000 to $200,000 a month, book a call with me. We'll hop on a quick call, see if the Coaching Superiority Mentorship Program is a good fit for you as well. Back to the video. So again, I want to show you exactly how I write my emails for myself and my clients and how you should do it too. So right here I got one of my emails that I've written up for my own list, but I follow the same exact framework for the emails that I write for myself and the emails that I write for my clients. It's the 80-20 rule. So I give 80% value in everything that I do in my entire business. Email is no exception. And then I always have some sort of call to action at the bottom of the email, bottom of the post, the bottom of the video, the end of the video, whatever. Because if you're always trying to take, that's not a sustainable relationship. You've got to give value to someone before you can ask for money or whatever you're trying to get out of it. So for your client emails, you've got to have the same model. Now, depending on your client that you get, some clients might not want you to do the 80-20% rule. They might want you to just blast out links all day long. They don't give a shit about relationships. So you're going to want to write your emails the way the client wants because they're paying you. You kind of got to go with their will. And also remember, with email copywriting, a lot of copywriters won't admit this, but they think there's some hack that they're going to introduce into their client's business. There's no hack. Email copywriting is super close to being just straight up content service. There's nothing special about emails. Nothing crazy special. They follow the same exact framework, all of them, for the most part. Lead with value, call to action. Lead with value, call to action. That's direct response marketing. So for an email copywriter to say, oh, I write my emails so perfectly that I should get paid shitloads of money, there's a gray area. I personally think email copywriting is pretty damn close to just straight up content creation. Because the wording that I use is not magically going to be insanely better than some badass copywriter. Just not how it works. The sales formula is a sales formula is a sales formula. Lead with value, call to action. Lead with value, call to action. There's not much that you can veer from that. Also, too, if you haven't watched my other videos on email copywriting, you can get paid $50 to $400 per individual email that you write, just like this, for your clients. That's why I recommend it as a beginner service to offer to clients, because it can really start making you money ASAP versus having to, build up your own brand to sell your own course or coaching program. You can also do inbound closing too. It's a good service in parallel to this. It's more of a sales job, but it's still, in my opinion, a service. You can also hire other salespeople under you and create your own sales empire. That's what a lot of inbound closers do. They start out as a closer, then they start, building up a sales team, and then they pawn off those sales reps to other businesses and get paid. Let's just say the person was getting paid a total of 20% commission on each sale. They were paying their sales rep 10%, 15%, and they keep that 10 to 15% in their own pocket. So you can grow that as well. Like that's the kind of agency you could grow. With email copywriting, you can grow your agency by basically learning how to write emails like I'm showing you here, and then eventually go into Facebook groups that contain a whole bunch of email copywriters and want to be email copywriters, and basically make an announcement to, hey, I'm looking for an email copywriter to write one of my clients' emails. Who wants to write them for me? And then you would get your cut. Let's say you're the email copywriter that gets that message, and then they would keep their cut. Then you'd have some sort of contract set up so that you couldn't steal their client from them. That's how you want to do email copywriting. It's really hard to get someone from like the Philippines to write email copy. I've tried it. It's very tough because they don't speak the best English, so there's going to be typos all over the place. For you to make email copywriting work with virtual assistants from the Philippines, you're going to have to get a badass, expensive virtual assistant. Just understand that. So that's how you scale those two agencies. Kind of got off on a little tangent there. But back to the topic. How you write an email is the following. You start out with a attention-grabbing subject line. This is critical. Also, too, I like to date the day the email is going to go out for the client, so they just know right away, oh, this is for tomorrow. I got a schedule to go out. If I take control of my client's list, then I can just do it myself manually. But if the client has full control of their list, they're having the access to the software, then you want them to know when to send the email out. You can literally just use a quick Google sheet. I put not complete here in case the client's on the sheet with me. I don't want them to just copy and paste something that isn't ready to be copied and pasted to their CRM. and then I only mark it complete when I'm done. And then I'll put the subject line of the email, obviously here. And you try to, the whole goal of the subject line is to get them to click the email. That's it. So you want to grab their attention and make it a little bit clickbaity. So here, look at this email I did here. Here's how to structure your first course coaching funnel, gems inside. So the gems inside basically makes it, and I also use emojis, which are great for open rates. That color contrast with all the other emails your recipient's receiving really helps set your emails apart. You can't do emojis every email because there's only so many emojis that you can use. But they're great for once in a while to really give that color pop in your recipient's or your client's recipient's inbox. And I also I basically have here how to structure. It's a how-to email. Those have great open rates. You're basically giving the person that opted into your list in the first place knowledge they already want. And then now they're in the email. Then you kind of grab their attention. You ever wonder how the hell am I going to convert my audience to paying customers? So that's a common pain point for people on my list. So I hook them in with a pain point. But you got to hook them. You got to keep every line that you write in an email should be some sort of hook. Think about it in your own head. Would you want to read this? Is it boring as hell? Or would you want to keep reading? Is there something to keep reading for? Is there some sort of skill you're going to learn if you keep reading? If you give them the skill, you solve the skill from at the very top of the email, there's really no reason for them to read the rest of the email. Also, too, be careful with bolding out anything in your emails. If you bold stuff out, people tend to just skip to the bold parts and they don't read anything else. You're making it easier for them to not put an effort to read your email. They're just going to look at the bold, look at the bold, look at the bold. And then if they read, and then they'll read nothing else, they'll click out of your email and never click a link. So every line, ask yourself, will this make the person continue reading? Now you can't do this on every single line, but for the most part, have that in the back of your head. Am I incorporating some element of suspense as I make my way down the email? And making sure also to add value. I like to capitalize words that I think should be, I always read my emails verbally before I send them out. So I try to write my email like I would actually be talking to them face to face. So if I say a word that I would actually speak louder in real life, then I'm going to do that in my email as well by all caps. That's just my personal technique. I really don't underline anything in emails because underlining doesn't always get put into the CRM get formatted correctly in the CRM. So I don't underline stuff. I do italicize for quotes and stuff like that are in quotation marks. But I try to avoid bolding. I try to avoid colors. I do recommend you use emojis whenever you want and can. They're great. Emojis are great inside of emails as well. Just not always in the subject line because that will look spammy. You'll eventually become that guy that's just a spammy subject line emoji guy. It'll look like you're trying too hard, in my personal opinion. But anyway, you keep going down the email, and you can pause the video and read the actual email itself. But there's got to be a transition point, and this is the hardest part for a lot of email copywriters. They don't know how to properly transition to the call to action. You can't just be like talking about some value. Here's how to set up your funnel. Blah 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 blah. Oh, book a call. You can't do that. So you got to transition to the conversation of talking about the call to action. In my case, for my emails, a lot of my emails have a book call link. That's just my emails. If you're trying to sell something, you got to incorporate it. Like if you're writing the free portion, you're writing the value portion of the email. How does that relate to what you're trying to sell in the email? These emails you're trying to sell an email. You didn't do all this hard work to get someone on your email list. Your client didn't do all this hard work to get someone on their email list, not to sell them. That's like the last stage from a lead to a customer is the email list. So you need to sell them. You don't want to keep getting value, and never ever sell them. So don't feel guilty about putting links in your client's emails on every single email. And your client shouldn't feel guilty either. Otherwise, they're leaving a ton of money on the table. But anyway, look at how I transition this. Yeah, there's a ton of different upsell, downsell variations, but that's how you do it in a nutshell. Hope you apply something you learned from this email, my friend. And if you haven't already, and, but, or, nor, whatever. Those are good words to transition. I like to use those a lot. Or however, or whatever. A transition word. I wouldn't just be like, if you haven't already. So I wouldn't go from hope you apply something you learned from this email, my friend. If you haven't already, definitely. That could work. Because it is a phrase. I forget what you call it, prepositional phrase. So it can be a good transition. This whole thing could be a transition by itself if you haven't already. And is a good word as well. Definitely, if you just did that, that'd be random. Like if you just said, hope you apply something you learned from this email, my friend. Definitely book a free call. That's too abrupt. That's too abrupt. So you want to have some sort of prepositional phrase, transitioning, or you want to have a and or conjunction or whatever. Definitely book a free call. Yes, I will be on the call. So give them, you also got to remember to give them the reason that they're going to take the action. Don't just say, do this. Everything in your marketing and life should be, do this because of this. Do this because I'm going to do this for you. Buy this because you're going to learn how to do this faster. Give them the why of why they're clicking your link, or why they're opening your email. See how everything I say is about why? Why are they going to open your email? Because you have a badass subject line. Why are they going to read your email? Because you keep them suspense. You keep giving them suspenseful lines that don't give them the full answer. They're still curious of what you're trying to tell them. Why are they going to look at your link? Because of a good transition to the link. Why are they going to click it? Because they're going to get an awesome phone call with me and get to talk about my mentorship program and work with me one-on-one with good vibes and get you to 6-7 figures a year and live the freedom lifestyle. Why? Ask yourself that always in your emails as you're writing for a client. Why would they open their client's email? Why would they read the email? Why would they click the link? And also, too, a really good strategy that you can apply in your email copywriting agency ASAP is just getting on competitors' email lists and just get on tons of them. I'm on tons of lists, and I see every day. I gotta mark them all as read every day. Tons of all these people's lists I'm on, and I can see exactly what they're sending, how to structure those emails if I ever wanted to get a client in that specific space. Let's say I want to get an e-commerce. I know how all the e-commerce guys are writing their emails. If I wanted to get a digital marketing agency clients, I know how they're all writing their emails because I'm on their lists. So you just copy the same format and look what they do in their transitions. And I'm not a big believer in writing a bunch of emails to become good at writing emails. No, when you get a client, you can just sit there at your screen and stare at it until you figure it out. You can be really, really slow, but you didn't have to spend weeks, months writing emails so that you become good at it, writing it on paper. I mean, that's not really necessary. I didn't do that. I just went writing. And my first, 50 emails I wrote, 25 emails I wrote were pretty damn slow. I had to really figure out what I was doing, learn how to read it over and over and over, and proofread it, read it out loud to see if it made sense verbally, how to tweak stuff. Some emails you write, you're going to write super quick. They're just going to flow out of you. Some emails are going to be super clunky. You're going to have to go back and edit it a shitload of times. So these are just common tips and tricks I would give you before you start writing emails for clients or writing emails for your own list. Hope you found massive value in this video. Again, join the free Facebook group below so you can get on those live Zoom calls and ask me all your questions, and also join the community. Book a free call with me. We'll hop on a one-on-one call, see if you're a good fit for the Coaching Superiority Mentorship Program, where you're going to learn all of my secrets on how I've generated over $1 million on the internet, selling courses and coaching programs, writing emails for clients, and closing deals over the phone for clients as an inbound closer. I will literally micromanage you to success. You'll be able to text me. You'll be able to book Zoom calls with me. At least right now, that's how the mentorship program's set up. So there's absolutely zero reason that you will fail as long as you simply do the work and reach out to me when you need help. That's how the mentorship program works. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my future videos, because I'm dropping about a video a day loaded with value so that you can learn everything you need to kill it online. Peace.